It's no secret. It's plain to see. I love you, and you love me. It's
Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie podcast. I'm Charlie Perry here, and just so glad to be here. Every day I can do this. Fireside is a good side of me, and I really enjoy coming on here. I actually noticed that I have some catching up to do with some of your replays, and I will be doing that once my show is done today. And and just listen and get inspired by all the things that you're doing. And that's one thing I like about Fireside is that we all inspire each other to keep on doing what we're doing on a great platform. It's just amazing. I'm trying to promote it as much as I can, trying to suggest it to creators out there to be a fire creator here on Fireside. So the but let's go on. Let's go on with the show here. Black history from New Bedford, Massachusetts, my hometown. I wanted to definitely celebrate Black history, and so I thought about put a little twist to it, and I said I will start with the history within my hometown. Um, it looks like that's I hope I'm not pronouncing it. I don't like butchering anyone's name, but Haneke, hello, how you doing out there? I appreciate you coming on. All right, so today's subject is Black history from New Bedford, and the subject today is going to be Elizabeth Carter Brooks. Elizabeth Carter Brooks resided in my town in city, and they named the school after her. So, all right. Equality was the vision of Elizabeth Carter Brooks. She was born 1867 and died in 1951. In her work as an educator, social activist, and architect, born in New Bedford in 1867, to the formerly enslaved Martha Webb, Elizabeth graduated from New Bedford High School and continued her education in architect at the Swain Free School of Design. Fabulous school. She went on to study at New Bedford's Harrington Normal School for Teachers, when she became its first African American graduate. Amazing. Elizabeth began her teaching career at Howard's Orphans Home, founded and run by the African Americans in Brooklyn, New York. In 1901, Elizabeth became the first African American woman hired as a public school teacher in New Bedford. Amazing. So she was hired. She was hired in New Bedford, and it's. I mean, she's done amazing job. She did amazing job, and so they named the school after her, and the school is a fabulous school. I love it. At one point, my family members went there, and so, anyways, let's continue. She taught at Taylor School for over 25 years. Taylor School is another fine school in the city of New Bedford. Yeah, let's go scroll down here a little bit. And by the way, this source of information is coming from historicwomensouthcoast.org, which is another local agency. All right. As a social activist who supported African American achievement, Elizabeth organized local, regional, and national groups. She was very active in Black women's club movement. While teaching in Brooklyn, she became the first recording secretary of the National Federation of Afro American Women. Elizabeth also helped form the Northeastern Federation of Colored Women's Club. And from 1908 until 1912, she served as the fourth president of the National Association of Colored Women's Club. As a leader in those organizations and spearheaded many important efforts, she proposed the addition of a unit to the NACW that would lead boycotts to challenge discrimination. She petitioned the National American Women's Suffrage Association for the NFCWC membership. However, NAWSA was not willing to let the colored women clubs join. She pushed for the Senate's adoption of the DYER, anti-lynching bill, and helped lead a group of hundreds of women in the anti-lynching movement. Elizabeth joined the National Association of Advancement of Colored People, as we know as the NAACP, soon after it was formed, and later headed the NAACP region and the local New Bedford branches. Also in New Bedford, she organized the Elizabeth Carter Brooks Junior Girls Club that preserved the history of African Americans through Friday afternoon meetings with young women. Awesome. That's kind of similar to what the program that is actually still going on, where they get young teenagers, youths, and they at the local NAACP branch, and they inspire them. So, with many things, get them involved with the community. Let's continue. Elizabeth's work as an architect and a real estate developer was grounded in her social activism. In 1897, she founded a New Bedford home for the aged and designed its permanent home on Chancery Street, where it opened in 1908. This was New Bedford's first organized home for the elderly. At the request of the War Council of the YWCA's National Board, Elizabeth planned and supervised the building of Phyllis Wheatley, YWCA, originally for colored women in Washington, D.C. As a real estate developer, Elizabeth recognized the importance of preserving her city's history. In 1939, she loaned money to the Martha Briggs Educational Club to purchase Civil War hero Sergeant William H. Carney's home on Mill Street in New Bedford, where it remains under the stewardship of Martha Briggs Educational Club. Amazing. It house is looks well, looks great, and that's awesome. In 1930, Elizabeth married Bishop William Sampson Brooks and moved to Texas for a short time until his death in 1934. She returned to New Bedford after his death and continued her life's work until her death in 1951. New Bedford Public Schools named the Elizabeth Carter Brooks School in her honor in 1957. Through her teaching, organizing, and building, Elizabeth Carter Brooks enriched the lives of New Bedford students, elderly, and colored people. Learn more about Elizabeth Carter Brooks in this story, which is part of the digital exhibit Organizing New Bedford. Women Mobilize Change. Um, Sorry, let me start that. Which is a part of a digital exhibit Organizing New Bedford. Women Who Mobilize Change. This was written by Anne O'Leary, Emily Bourne Research, with Kayla Allen, an intern from the University of Massachusetts, Boston. All right, great article, amazing. Um, the Elizabeth Carter Brooks was a name that I grew up with. Always hearing it from family members, and starting the Martha Briggs Educational Club was something that my family has been a part of for a very. So it's amazing. Hi, Milana. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me on the Really Charlie podcast. So Elizabeth Carter Brooks is, she's done amazing things, and to be the first African American teacher in the city of New Bedford is amazing. So I'm very proud of this history. Very proud, and I'm glad that I was able to pass it on to you. Please share with the world, share with Fireside this podcast. I appreciate you, and please like and subscribe my channel on YouTube, Really Charlie, and it goes a long way with me. I appreciate it. And last but not least, if you want to be a guest on the Really Charlie podcast, just send me an email, reallycharliepodcast@gmail.com. And I would gladly put you on any night, but most likely I like to do my podcast on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. But I will always get the show on the air for the convenience of my guests. So if we have to do it on a later day, a later time rather, or a later date, let me know. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And like I said earlier, I'm going to listen to your replays on Fireside. Take care. God bless.